Rock a Rock. How about it? 50 years of blasting and Detroit radio. And I've never been privileged enough to have been introduced by the Doc of Rock. So thank you very, very much, sir. It's great that you're here. Great band. Let's another round of applause for the band. All right. So look, today is the 82nd anniversary of what? D-Day, right? And think about that. You think about the 350,000 soldiers and sailors storming the beach at Normandy to do what? To roll back the darkness, to roll back the tyranny that had been existing under the Nazis for 5 years. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have 155 days till we get to roll back the past 7 years of tyranny under Benson, Whitmore, I almost said what he said. Benson, Witless, and Nessel. Are we up to the task? Absolutely we are. Let me ask you this. Who here thinks that Donald Trump is a fighter? Let me hear you.
Yeah.
All right. Come on, we got to get fired up, all right? And who here thinks that Donald Trump is a winner?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we need a winner. We need a fighter. Why do we need that? Because let me tell you, in November, what's on the ballot? Freedom. Freedom's on the ballot. Freedom from over-oppressive government that thinks it can tell you, shut down your kid's school, shut down your church, and tell you can't go to work. What else is on the ballot? Freedom. Freedom to earn your living without government on your back. Freedom to get local government from taking every single dollar because you own a home. We need to stand up for freedom. November is our opportunity to strike back. D-Day was the opportunity for the Allies to strike back. And on November 3rd is going to be our opportunity. But let me tell you, we have a very important step in between. And what is that? What is that? August 4th, primary day. Because what is on the ballot on August 4th? Winning. Because we're not going to get freedom if we don't pick a winner on this coming August. Who here wants to win in November? Who here wants to strike a blow for freedom? All right, so we're going to have to pick someone who's a fighter and a winner. And let me tell you this, no one else is running for governor this year on our side who's actually beat a Democrat statewide, except for me. So let me ask you, do you want to win in November? Yeah. Then you're going to have to pick a winner in August. And if you go to my website, Mike Cox 2026, you're going to see 50 pages of information and solutions for the problems that are ailing Michigan. And Lord knows there's a shit ton of them, isn't there? Yeah. Lord knows there is. But it really boils down to two simple things. Two simple things. It really is about a prosperity agenda. So what do we do first? What do we do first? We get government out of your pocket. We get government out of your wallet every single time you go to work. Because I was raised by immigrant carpenter, immigrant maid. Now, they were legal immigrants. It used to be you didn't have to say that, but now you do. But my mom and dad came here from Ireland. They met here in Michigan. They both chose Michigan because it was the greatest state to be in America. Do you think we can be the greatest state to be in America once again? Absolutely. So Donald Trump's making America great again. It's up to us this year to make Michigan great again. How do we do that? Number one, we eliminate the income tax. Get government out of your pocket. We teach our kids to do what? To work hard. We tell them if you work hard, you'll be rewarded. So when you have a state government, the only state government in 20 years has actually increased the income tax on all of its people, what happened? What happened? When Witless, almost said it, but didn't say it. When this governor increased the income taxes, what have we had? We've had 5 years of darkness since that day. That means that most months, we lead the country in unemployment. We're second or third. Household income growth, we are 50th out of 50. 50th out of 50. I don't know about you. I'm tired of trailing the pack. I'm from Michigan. We're from the state that used to build things, do great things, and we can do that again if we eliminate the income tax. I can't guarantee you 47, but I can guarantee you this. You'll have some more dollars, some more shekels in your pocket, in your account. What else will happen? Your children who might be in their 20s and 30s, or if you're in your 20s or 30s, you're going to have the opportunity to save a little more money to buy that first home and buy it right here in Oakland County, right here in Michigan. And we'll start to keep kids here. How do you like that idea? Yeah. All right, absolutely. What else happens? Well, there are 900,000 small business owners here in Michigan. We got one here, I'm one, Vance Patrick's one, and when you eliminate the income tax, you get rid of their corporate tax from the state. What does that mean? That means they can buy another pizza oven. That means if you're Vance Patrick, you can buy a new piece of equipment. That means you can hire more folks. And that's what the most dynamic states in the nation do. Florida, Tennessee, Texas. I'm tired of trailing those states. And if we get a governor who can win, we put a nominee who can win, we will make our state prosperous again. One other thing, education, right? Education. It's a shame. It is a moral shame that my grandchildren in Mississippi get a better education than the children in my neighborhood in Livonia, Michigan. Who would have ever thought that? Who would have ever thought? Just a decade ago, we were a mediocre 31st. We're now 48th. A decade ago, Mississippi was 49th. They're now 9th in 4th grade reading. If your children can't read, our state will never be prosperous in the long run. It's a moral requirement that we get out there. 82 years ago, the U.S. First Army, the U.S. Second Army stormed the beaches. They stormed the beaches of Normandy to free us, to stand up for the cause of moral rightness. We need to do that this November. But let me end it with this. We have to win, do we not?
Yeah. Yes.
We have to win. So let me tell you this. No one else has won. So how is it that I won before? How is it I became the only Republican who ever beat Gary Peters? The only one. You go to his wiki page, and he's about 11-1 against Republicans, and I'm the one. All right? I beat him in the closest statewide race in the past 100 years. How did I do that? Well, it was the grittiness of a working family's kid who was pushed out to start working at 8 and 9 years old. And then it was told that when you get out of the house at 18, you got to support yourself. So I joined the Marine Corps because my parents taught me. My parents taught me that you go out and fight for what you believe in. And it's true what they say about the Irish. We do like to fight. So I joined the Marine Corps. After that, I spent 13 years as a homicide prosecutor in Detroit. And if you don't think being a homicide prosecutor in Detroit doesn't breed tenacity, you have another thing coming. So I have the grit of an Irish immigrant. I have the toughness of a Marine, the tenacity of a homicide prosecutor. As your Attorney General, I won the closest statewide race in 100 years, and I have people tell me, be careful, Mike. Be careful. Don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, Mike. But I stood up to the woke elites. What did I do? I led the charge to get rid of affirmative action and ban DEI in our Constitution when other Republicans were afraid. The only other Republican who stood with me at the time was the late, great Brooks Patterson. What else did I do? I said illegal aliens can no longer get driver's license from our Secretary of State. And the elites and other Republicans and Democrats got mad, but I said, the hell with you. I'm not going to dilute any citizen's vote by allowing illegals to vote. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Who here signed the only citizen's vote to make sure that we have ballot integrity? Well, let me tell you, if I hadn't issued that order, that amendment, when we enact it this coming November, would be meaningless because illegals will still be able to get a picture ID. But I helped stop them years ago, and we're going to completely stop them when we vote for only citizens vote. What else did I do? I stood up to utilities, saved ratepayers, that's you all, over $3.1 billion when the governor and the legislature wouldn't protect you. I fought Blue Cross on behalf of seniors, saved hundreds of millions of dollars when they tried to increase rates on seniors and folks without employer-paid insurance. And I stood up to Big Pharma. Let me tell you this, if you're worried about the cost of living, if you're worried about your property taxes, if you want more money in your pocket, then you have to stand with all Republicans for freedom this coming November. But if you really want the opportunity to do more than talk about it, if you want to come back next year and celebrate that we cleaned house, that's only going to happen if we pick a winner in August. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to pick an immigrant's kid, you need to pick a Marine, you need to pick a homicide prosecutor, one tough AG who got it done, who would get it done for you again. As Attorney General, thank you very, very much. Have a great day.